Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast, episode 552. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
What's up, Jack?
Hey.
All right. So, Connor,
Yep.
what's this news about Missy?
There's a report on a website in Spanish about the filming in Tenerife, and it said that this guy reported that Missy had on the table with her, where her and Clara were sitting, a mobile phone, and on that mobile phone she was stopping the planes, because last week or the week before I reported that there was like filming going on where there was planes stopped in like midair.
Right.
Yeah, it's Missy who's doing that, and she's using her mobile phone to do that.
Wow.
So that's it, really.
What was the other news, though? There was news about her being in every episode?
Oh, someone on Facebook put on a post that the whole of Series 9 was going to be about someone's hunting Missy, and the last place they'd think to look is the TARDIS, because the Doctor's her sworn enemy. And so Missy strikes a deal with the Doctor to go travelling with him to protect her from...
As long as she don't kill anybody or hurt anybody.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. These evil people finding her and, putting her to justice. And, yeah, so basically she just goes travelling with the Doctor. I don't think it's true, though, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
And,
pretty good. Mike D, just so you know, we're live. Connor's going to have to leave in 5 minutes, so we can't do the DeLoreans now. So we're giving him at least 5 minutes, and then he can say what he's got to say and then go. So that's why we started the podcast abruptly live.
Okay.
Well, we'll start in half an hour if everyone's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, continue. So.
Yeah. So these evil forces are searching for Missy. This is only a speculation. This isn't like 100% confirmed.
Okay.
And she goes travelling with the Doctor and the TARDIS because that's the last place they'd think to look, because the Doctor's an enemy with Missy.
Right.
And in exchange for her travelling, she offers to lead the Doctor home to Gallifrey, because she knows where it is.
Okay. Here's my take on it. Okay. River Song is hunting her down, and that will be revealed in the finale. River Song is joined by the Test Selector for hunting her down against her crimes, for her crimes against humanity. So it's River Song and her own army, sort of like Time of Angels, where she had the church with the soldiers. Maybe she has them as well as the Test Selector, or maybe it's just River Song. But I think that's going to be the bombshell that people weren't expecting, because it's going to probably be revealed that Misty tried to interfere with the 11th Doctor's timeline, and River Song was always there to stop it, that we didn't see off air, and that finally now with the 12th Doctor, because she said goodbye to the 11th, you would think that she's not around, but she is, and she's hunting down the Master, Missy. So I expect it to be River Song that's hunting down Missy, and that's going to cause a WTF moment where the Doctor's not going to know what to do, be with his wife or be with his, it's going to be weird. That's what I think. Mike D?
At this point, I'm just listening to what you guys are talking about, as far as, like, I kind of came in a little bit late and had to step out of the room for a second, so I'm still formulating what you guys are hypothesizing.
The rumor is that someone or a whole bunch hunting down Missy in her TARDIS. She can't escape, so what she does is she becomes the Doctor's companion. This is the rumor, where she can't kill anybody, can't hurt anybody. In exchange for protection, she shows him Gallifrey. So that's the big rumor of the day.
Oh, okay.
So if that's the rumor, my answer is, wouldn't it, like, maybe it's Riversong that's hunting her? So I mean, if it's not Riversong that's hunting her down with that church that was used to be led by Madame Barbarian, then who the hell has the ability to go after her in the TARDIS?
They
Candyman?
inexplicably said that it was someone evil, so I don't think it's River.
Okay, Jack?
I don't know, maybe Davros could be returning, or the Time Lords are going after Missy because of the end of time, maybe. Rassilon is pissed
Right.
at the Master and hunting her down.
Okay. Could it be the Time Agents?
Could be.
Like, maybe we'll actually get to see a Time Agent other than Captain Jack and Hart, the guy Hart guy. Like, maybe we get to see more of them.
It would explain why she got the Vortex Manipulator, because maybe she killed a time agent.
And they're after her.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a pretty good theory, I think.
Yeah. What do you think, Mike D? I mean, who's on caliber to... I mean, other than that group from Human Nature, that was going after the Doctor no matter where he went, maybe they exist too, maybe. Who do you think it is, Mike D, if she is being hunted?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm trying to process all this. That, like I said,
The Santarans have time traveled, but that's not really a threat, I don't think, on her caliber. The Daleks, possibly. The Cybermen don't really time travel, but they have been thrown into the past due to the void collapsing.
Could the Candyman return?
No. I'd like to see a Master / Dalek episode.
well, it's
a Master
possible.
Dalek?
It's possible it's somebody new. It's not maybe somebody that we've seen. I think that a lot of this stuff's kind of reaching back to like a lot of different characters, and I think it's kind of grasping at things rather than just kind of like keeping it simple.
Right.
Like if we know that if somebody's like chasing Missy down, maybe it's like you said, like a river situation or something that is going to be like a new element that's going to be injected into this season in the series.
Could it be the Ronnies going after her?
For what purpose?
Well, the Ronnie was always like into DNA and researching and everything. She wasn't really a purpose where she wanted to conquer things. And if people interfered with her research, she like went after you. So if it was a thing that the Ronnie was doing something, and the Master kind of like pissed her off because it interfered with her plans, like she would probably hunt the Master down then.
Well,
everywhere.
Is there a possibility, or is this just kind of ludicrous, that maybe if that were the case, that the Ronnie would be wanting access to the Nether Sphere for her laboratory purposes, and the Master is kind of the key to getting that for her?
It could be that the Ronnie had the Nether Sphere, and the Master took it from her. Or it could be, that she needs the Nether Sphere, but I would think it's that the Master interfered with her business, and she's like a woman scorned. Like she's gonna really screw with her.
Could Davros return?
Davros, I think, will return with Peter Capaldi, but it wouldn't make sense for him to go after the Master because he never really met the Master other than. I mean, as far as I know that there was a Time War he was battling the Time Lords, but other than the Daleks executing the Master on Skaro just for show to piss off the Time Lords, I don't think the Davros really cares or even thinks of the Master as anything.
I think it might be.
I don't know.
I think Rassilon might be going after Missy. because of the end of time and the way the Master stopped Rassilon from killing the Doctor and bringing back Gallifrey. Maybe Missy's on the run from the Time Lords.
Could it be a whole bunch of TARDISes in the universe going after Missy? Like, just not, of course, they're different shapes, different sizes, different, but just Rassilon, a whole bunch of Time Lords, just, you know, they got the most advantages, like they're just going after her. I don't know.
You know, for the 10th anniversary, are they doing anything like a special or anything?
You know, they asked Russell T Davies. He said no, but does that mean that it's over completely? I mean, why wouldn't they ask Moffat then? Unless Moffat said no, but Moffat wouldn't say no. I don't think to the opportunity to have more money to do a special, because he's always trying to get money for Doctor Who. So why would he turn them down and say, no, I don't want, you know, $1 million, $2 million for an episode or something? So I don't know. I really don't know at this point. Do you consider, like, could it be fair to have a 10th anniversary special, not in March, but like throughout the whole year, like maybe air it in the fall, autumn, or does it have to be aired in March to be considered a 10th anniversary?
Well, I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, you could count Day of the Doctor as the 8th anniversary, but for a 10th, it'd be great if they brought back Christopher Eccleston, but
Yeah, that's not likely.
be spread out throughout the year. But yeah,
I would think if it's a 10th anniversary, they could air it any time. I would think they could air it any time this year. So if there was a special, they could air it in Christmas time or Mike D, we got that back up here again. What's happening with that? All right, so Connor's on a break. Mike D, I'll let you talk. You got the floor.
Well, I just muted myself because you said that I had a background thing going on. Is that better? Okay. All right.
It's not, but if I speak, then it will be. You talk.
Let me drop out and I'll come back in.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Jack, I'm getting the feeling that something's with Gallifrey and the Time Lords are not on Gallifrey. I don't know why. Like, if people are hunting her, you know, there's something happened in the way to protect Gallifrey that they may have, like, destroyed the planet or something, and the Time Lords are just scattered.
well,
I mean,
yeah.
Could that be possible?
Well, that could be a possibility. Yeah, that they deserted the planet and like nobody's living on there, or you have some of the other renegade Time Lords out there could be helping the other Time Lords lead the planet.
Could there be a civil war in Gallifrey where the High Council and then the other chamber from the 50th are at war with each other, and the Gallifrey is technically split in half, battling each other?
Yeah, that is a possibility because in Day of the Doctor, they seem to be very much on the Doctor's side, but in End of Time they seem to be completely against him. So it could be Rassilon against, you know, some rebel force, and you know they're fighting each other, and maybe the whole planet is, you know, at civil war. Yeah.
So we could see an answer to the solution with the Time War, where it's not going to be the Daleks and the Time Lords anymore. And the way around it, if they return, would be the Time Lords going against each other, and the Daleks just being in the background. And maybe the Daleks could be in their own type of civil war if Davros comes back and says, "I'm tired of being your puppet. I want my race back, and I'm going to take it back by force and have my own faction of Daleks." Sort of like Remembrance of the Daleks.
The Imperial Daleks, yeah, like he's the new Emperor of the Imperial Daleks, and he's trying to fight the Renegade Daleks, yeah, the great ones.
What do you think, Mike D, on what I just said? That there's a civil war with Gallifrey, that Rassilon has one part, and then the other guy from the 50th anniversary has another part.
Which one from the 50th?
The guy that's voice was in Tom the Doctor, like Doctor Who, Doctor Who. The guy that probably gave him the regenerations. I mean, there was two separate chambers: the High Council, and then it was the other section of the High Council. The what was it? The War Room or something, or the?
Well, I mean, you could, if I'm not mistaken, you could, going with your assertion there, that there could be a civil war on Gallifrey. Maybe you have a contingent that blame the Doctor for how things shook out with Gallifrey, and maybe we haven't seen their side of things on that side, where maybe the Doctor actually has become sort of a figure that's looked down upon by a certain contingent of their populace because of where they're at currently.
Right, so in other words, one part worships him like a god, and the other part condemns him like the devil.
Maybe not that extreme. Maybe it's more the fact that part of the populace on Gallifrey, or a contingent within their government, has a certain maybe ambivalence towards the Doctor, or thinks that he has a positive place in the system of things and how things have shaken out, and then another contingent is against the Doctor and what he has done to place them where they're at currently in their current situation.
Connor, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a theory that maybe Gallifrey's in civil war. That they were at war with them. I had a theory that Gallifrey is at war with themselves because Rassilon's part is against the Doctor, and the other part that was talking to the Doctor during the 50th was helping the Doctor to save themselves, and maybe they gave him another cycle of regenerations that wasn't approved by Rassilon, and Rassilon is just pissed. So it's like split.
Well,
yeah.
I was going to just add to that. I didn't mean to interrupt there, but we do know from even the classic series that Gallifrey is a highly politicized sort of society. You know, you have these chancellors, and whenever you're dealing with politics, you're dealing with people jumping on the bandwagon of whether something's popular in the public eye or not, so that they can kind of ride on the coattails of that. Maybe the Doctor's become sort of a centralized figure for the different contingents within that politicized realm of things on Gallifrey, to where, you know, they're using the Doctor as like a symbol, kind of like a negative association, like guilt by association with the Doctor, where they're saying, like, you know, maybe these people that offered the Doctor more generations, you know, maybe that's a contingent on Gallifrey that's, you know, I guess for lack of a better term, Doctor, where you have like another contingent that's like, you know, why are we rewarding this person for what he has done when he's put our planet where it's at right now? I mean, who knows what's going on in Gallifrey? But
there could be a thing. It could be combined where the part that gave him the regeneration was against becoming pure consciousness and giving up their bodies. Like maybe there was a ruling, and there's people that ruled against it, and Rassilon got the majority vote. But now with Gallifrey on the verge of being destroyed, everything's out the window. There is no vote because everything's in chaos because they're not even in the same universe anymore. So you got like Rassilon's group, and then you got the other group that said, "Hey, you know what? We're on even footing right now. We're not even in the universe anymore. We're on our own. So we don't have to obey you because you're a pain in the you know what, and we don't want to like go to war with anybody. We don't want to like be beings of pure consciousness. We don't want to destroy the time vortex." And then Rassilon be like, "I'm the leader. We can do what we want." And like, no. And then it's like, by the time the Doctor gets to Gallifrey could be destroyed, and the Time Lords could be technically alive somewhere else, just at war with each other. But I think it's an interesting thing, and it's a way to get out of the Time War, because if the Time Lords were united and they returned to the universe, there'd be an instant war with the Daleks. But if they were occupied with fighting themselves, then there would be no more Time War, and you get out of that really tough, difficult thing to write about.
Also, some of the themes in The Deadly Assassin, it's like Gallifrey's government is quite corrupt.
Yeah.
There's certain elements of that government that's quite, that's not right, that's not good for, a highly politicized, planet as Gallifrey is. And sometimes maybe the people of Gallifrey don't agree with it, so they go to war with the government.
Yeah. Also in Deadly Assassin, not all Time Lords are completely wise. I mean, here's a theory. Maybe if the Doctor returned to Gallifrey, like the classic series, they might, make him president of Gallifrey again.
Lord
maybe.
President. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think Deadly Assassin is definitely the story to watch if you want to know more about Gallifrey and how it's run and.
Right.
Well, it's my favorite
But
Doctor
if
story.
Moffat,
Yeah.
but if Moffat goes with the idea that I stated about the Civil War, right? So many stories could expand the series of Doctor Who through the years. You could go back and say, hey, Rassilon hated the Doctor so much that they created the Valyard to screw with the Doctor. You could go and just keep going on and on and on, and then they could have like a courtroom thing with Rassilon on court, being judged, because they could say, hey, who the hell sent that Time Lord to the Fourth Doctor's time to screw with the Daleks? You basically started the war back then. And they could just be like the two factions that are split. On one side, we know for a fact, since the beginning of the end of time, that the Time Lords got out of it because the Doctor's mother, or whoever she was already out. Okay, it was like it was ending to beginning. In other words, like at the end, you saw them. They're like, oh my God, he threw him back into the Gallifrey and back into hell, and she was like this. But in the beginning of the episode, she's already out of there already. She's older. If that was the Doctor's mother. It could be they could turn it into that Rassilon and their group were turning into weeping angels as punishment for their actions, that in their selfish behavior, trying to make Gallifrey the way they wanted. Instead of becoming beings of pure consciousness, they made them into friggin' stone and weeping angels. And that's why the weeping angels hate the Doctor, because they keep constantly screwing with them.
Well, that's what I said. I had a theory that Weeping Angels are tortured Time Lords. Time Lords that have committed crimes and stuff that are so, heinous that the Chancellor and stuff have decided that these people need to be, cast into stone.
I mean, I think we just hit the nail on the head, Connor. I think we could be talking about this the whole week. In fact, we can make nice graphics for this episode showing Rassilon on one side and the other Time Lords from the 50th anniversary, and do like a war, like facial thing, like looking at each other like that. I think we'll have to stop throughout the week.
Could Romana return when the Doctor returns to Gallifrey?
Leela's still on Gallifrey as well, isn't she?
Right. Now, could it be that Leela's offspring are Time Lords?
Depends who she married, or if she did get married.
The guy wasn't a Time Lord, technically, though, unless he became a Time Lord.
Maybe her bread wasn't buttered that way.
Maybe the Time Lords that are hunting the Master are not evil, they're Leela's descendants or something.
I think that's more like a fan fiction theory kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could also maybe Susan. We need to find out what happened to Susan, because she was left on Earth in 2164. So maybe she returned to Gallifrey. You never know.
Right. Now here's the thing with her, right? Could it be possible that she's technically like this is the haziness about it. She's definitely Gallifreyan.
Yes, I think so.
She has two hearts.
I think she's Gallifreyan, but she's not a Time Lord.
Okay, but she has two hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will do, because if she's Gallifreyan, yeah.
What would make for an interesting twist on things is if they already had someone lined up as a possible next companion following Clara, if they had that character being the one that's going after the Master, sent by the Doctor, and like for maybe the following season after this one, and they just kind of like do the timey-wimey thing, where the Doctor's like, who the hell is this person? And it's like, where did you come from? And he's like, well, you sent me.
Right.
After her.
Right. Like anything's possible.
Yeah, with the time travel. I was just going to say, with time travel stories, the difficult thing is one never knows what is quote unquote the normal timeline, because if somebody goes back and changes something, people are going to be unaware of what the normal timeline was supposed to be, and it has been altered. So you could like do all sorts of crazy stuff.
It could have been that when the Doctor was on Gallifrey with Susan, that he accidentally destroyed the universe, and then he just recreated it or something, and you wouldn't even know it. And maybe that's why he feels bad that, he needs to fix things, like, and be nice and help people because, maybe he just meddled too much. I don't know. Also, you have to have something that's going to pique the interest of the fans for the next couple of years. This whole Gallifrey's missing thing is people are not confident in Moffat's writing ability to basically follow up. Because we're confident, like the way I'm happy the way he writes stories, but he doesn't end them well. He doesn't. It's like he explained the whole Madame Clavarian thing in a sentence when he started it for years. So I'm not kind of confident that he's going to end this well. And Searching for Gallifrey, it's already boring because it's already like 10 years Gallifrey is not there. So,
do you think he's going to leave after Series 9?
No, not at all. I could almost guarantee you he's going to be around Series 10.
Oh, God.
First of all, you have to think about this, right? Think about it this way, Jack, right? He's doing Sherlock, right? Same area. He's doing Season 4 and Season 5, right? So why the hell would he say no when he still has to do Sherlock in the same place? I mean, if he was going to go off and do movies, yeah, okay. But he's not leaving. He's not leaving Sherlock. So why would he want to sit home for like 8 months and do nothing or just do a little work here and there? He likes to keep busy. So no, he's not leaving Doctor Who at all. He's going to be on Series 10 at least. In fact, he is going to be the one that makes Capaldi regenerate. Unless, of course, Capaldi stays beyond Series 10.
I hope Capaldi just, I don't know, stays for 5 years or something, because I'm sick of that whole 3-year thing. And Moffat, I mean, I just want him to
Moffat's
go,
turned
really.
him into a woman, man. I'm telling you.
I know, I mean, way to go and, F up the show. I mean, God.
Yeah, I know.
Sake.
No. He loves pissing people off, basically, Moffat. He loves it. He loves it. I mean, he's a fan, but he's like, the way he does things is by like scorecards and records. Like, oh, my doctor's the oldest. Oh, my companion's on there the longest. Oh, my doctor knows how to apply tar spin on your doctor. My doctor knows how to use my doctor saved my doctor. Your doctor destroyed Gallifrey. My doctor saved Gallifrey. You see what I'm saying? Like, he just, my companion made the Doctor who he is. My companion introduced the Doctor to the TARDIS. My companion was integral in repairing Amy and Rory's marriage. It's like hello, constant. I did this. My doctor's this. My doctor's sonic screwdriver is a magic wand that could create a force field around himself. It's like, whoa.
He doesn't respect the show's past. That's what it is. It's he's turned it into the Moffat show.
Well, he's got a flair for controversy. It's like he likes pushing the envelope with the fan base just to be divisive, just to create controversy. Because I think what he's afraid of is just being boring. like which in his mind is like the status quo. If you're just like not throwing like really radical ideas into the show and changing radical concepts about what we've come to know and expect from the show.
I bet you'll have a hermaphrodite as the next Doctor after
Oh my
a
God.
woman.
All I know is that we're going to be doing the review of the Silurians tonight, or today sometime, because I got to do laundry next. But if we have enough time with Connor. But John Pertwee's doctor told Liz Shore in the Silurians, I'm thousands of years old. So I don't think that was a lie at all. And the doctor does lie, but not about stupid stuff like that. So, yeah, the doctor is thousands of years old before even Moffat put a number on it.
Well, and we don't know if he's speaking Gallifreyan years or he's speaking in years. Well, I mean, because if he's talking to a human, he's putting it. If you're a Time Lord, you're kind of walking in eternity. To quote the Doctor from one of the classic episodes, "I walk in eternity." So he has to put that number somewhere in a computation where like a human could understand what that would be.
Okay.
So if he's like saying he's thousands of years old within that eternity, then that's like a number that's kind of feasible within the mind of a human, a mere mortal human, rather than going, well, I'm just eternally existent or something.
Right.
Plus,
don't forget his age went down also. At times, his age went down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true because I think it was the Doctor said in Colin Baker episode or Time in the Rani that he was 953, but yeah, in Voyage of the Damned he said he was 903.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Doctor sometimes I think he's egocentric too, and he just kind of like throws out there like stuff just kind of off the top of his head, like, well, you know, I'm 980 years old. I know what I'm talking about, young lady, you know, and stuff like that. So.
Well, Death in Heaven was his birthday. He didn't even know it. And Missy's like, it's your birthday.
But the funny thing is, he's like 2,000 years old now, apparently.
2002, I think, or something.
I don't think he knows how old he is. He's been traveling for so long, he's forgotten.
But apparently,
he didn't know when his birthday was.
But in Shada, apparently 1,000 years old is like retirement age. So he's way past retirement age now, the Doctor.
But there was an age in one of the classic episodes where they showed what happened when a Time Lord reaches 900. And it was like this old thing, you know. I forgot what the episode was, but he's beyond that.
That was Last of the Time Lords, wasn't it?
No. There was a. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jack. Time Baker story where there was a Time Lord that looked exactly like that we were talking about in Last of the Time Lords. That was like a little freaking thing.
You're talking about like in Leisure Hive when they accelerated Tom Baker's age?
No. I'm talking about he encountered a Time Lord 900 years old. God, why my memory? Come on, Jack, help me out. What was that from?
I know that it happened in the Time Lords because
that was in Shada. That was the professor, whatever it was. That was the Doctor's friend who turned out to be Sally Avon or whatever it was in the end.
Let me see. What was it? It was
Professor Quinotis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's him. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Professor Quinotis. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Was it the Leisure Hive?
No, it was Shada.
It was Shada?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure because I remember I seen something.
But like you said earlier, you said about the first Doctor destroying the universe.
Right.
I don't think he'd do that because the first Doctor was more of a scientist. He wasn't someone that would take immediate action on something and destroy something because he was a bit like the Rani, but not evil. He
No,
was more of a scientist. He had more of a
Yeah,
scientific
he's more of
mind.
a grumpy old man.
Kind of a tinkerer.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think John Pertwee was kind of the man with the gadgets as well.
Yeah, he was a scientist, I think. As a doctor, he wasn't. He had, he was a man of action as well, because with the the
Bonding.
karate chops and shit. Yeah,
Venusian karate.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right.
he was.
I know there was an episode. I remember there was an episode where there was this little Time Lord that the Doctor was talking to that was the oldest living Time Lord. 900. I don't think it was Shada, but it might have been something else with Shada. But I'm gonna have to research that because now it's bugging me that I remember that, but I can't remember what Doctor it was. I thought it was the fourth Doctor, but then it might be the third Doctor. I'm not sure. I have to research that.
Could it be Maldron Undead with Peter Davison?
No, definitely not that because Mordred Undead were.
Brain of Morbia?
No.
I'm trying to think of everything that has a Time Lord in it.
Son of a.
Well, there's that the last Pertwee episode, Planet of the Spiders, with the guy at the end that helped Pertwee's Doctor regenerate.
Gingy. No, it was Oh my God! Why can't I remember? There was a scene where the Doctor was talking to this Time Lord, and he's like, I'm 900 years old, have no more regenerations. It was just like, and I was like, that's what they use the last of the Time Lords from. That's what they look like when they're 900 or whatever to show their real age or something. And I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys.
I think we only saw that in Last of the Time Lords.
No,
well, wait,
old classic series.
Classic. I was going to say there's something here I'm looking at. It says in Stolen Earth, who blah blah blah, Doctor's capacity to regenerate, showing the effects of 900 years of life without regeneration.
There was a classic episode with a classic Doctor where there was a Time Lord that was like 900 years old, and I don't remember.
You sure it's the classic series?
I am positive.
Now you realize there's probably somebody watching this right now yelling at the screen the name of the episode while we're sitting here.
Time Meddler?
I can't remember anything like that in the Time Meddler.
All right. Okay, so whoever gets the answer first.
No, just saying the Time Lord.
Yeah, whoever finds out the classic Time Lord that was this little, small, 900-year showing Time Lord before last time. I'm talking about classic series. Tell me what Doctor it was. Tell me what episode it was, and we will announce you on the air, and you can come on the show. And well, everybody can come on the show, but we'll put you on the following time.
Oh, I've just found out all the Time Lords names. Like the Masters is Koshi, Koschei. I didn't know that. They've actually got individual names. That's cool. I'm just rambling.
Well, there's here it said in the Leisure Hive they aged the Doctor 500 years, and then I remember the character, but I don't remember what he looks like. That there was a Time Lord that showed up in Terror of the Autons right at the beginning to talk to Pertwee's Doctor.
Oh yeah. The guy with the cane, yeah.
Oh, you don't mean that guy in Planet of the Spiders, do you?
No, he
Joe?
doesn't. He doesn't.
He was kind of meditating or something. He had his knees crossed in the air and stuff.
Joji.
Yeah, I think you might have meant him, but
Actually, a fact about the Leisure Hive, the way the Doctor was aging and that, they were, John Nathan Turner actually wanted to keep Tom Baker like that for the remainder of the series, but Tom Baker said, no, I'm staying how I am.
Yeah, that would have been a disaster. All right. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna research this. I'll try to have an answer for tonight. In closing, what do you have to say about the topic of Gallifrey and Civil War? Connor, closing thoughts.
I don't. It's possible because of based on what's in Deadly Assassin. That's all I'm
Mhm.
basing it on. It's a corrupt government. You've got Barusi, you've got Goth, everyone like
Right.
that. They're kind of like defecting to the bad side, evil with the Master and stuff, and it's corrupt. So based on that, it's possible, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
Okay. Right, D.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much I can elaborate upon what I said earlier and with what Connor said, other than, like, I think it'd be interesting to see everyone's a hero in their own story, and we only see the side of the Doctor with things, so it'd be kind of interesting to
Right.
see maybe, like, some divisiveness that he may represent to some of the people of Gallifrey among different contingents of their society. That would lead to, like, a Civil War type situation, possibly, or even at the level of their hierarchical sort of government that they have, that there's probably anywhere you find politics, you have politicians, and when you have politicians, you have people that are going to try and use symbols or imagery to sort of sway the masses, and you could have somebody like the Doctor that probably, I would assume, would be a very highly controversial sort of character or member of their society, and with that comes divisiveness from the masses.
Right. Okay, Jack. Anything?
It wasn't Invasion of Time, was it?
Don't know. This sucks. I don't know.
I can't
I
recall.
hate not knowing something. Oh, I like to know it all, but I don't usually. But all right. On that note, Jack, can you speak? Anything you want to add?
I think he's away from the keyboard.
Okay. On that note, thank you, Jack, very much. Thank you, Mike D, Connor Farley. We will be back later. We're gonna do some laundry now. We will do the Solarians today. We will do the Real Walking Cast today, and we will have more discussion on Missy, the Doctor, Clara, as well as the possibility of a Gallifreyan Time Lord civil war. Hope maybe. We don't know if that's really what's going on. Could be just theory. But other than that, take care. Bye for now.